Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning to all the participants. Uh, for the so a very warm good morning and welcome to all the participants, as well as our speakers for the 14th and the last webinar for the financial year 2021 and 22. We will be again be hosting the webinars in the next year also with new themes and new agendas for the webinar so that it may help our agripreneurs as well as our NTIs in proper functioning. So today's theme is augmenting public extension services through Agri-Clinics and Agri-Business Centres. The speakers are from NTI Darwin, Assam, the nodal officer, Dr. Anirban Chaudhary. We have our two guest speakers who are running a very successful ventures in the states of Assam and West Bengal, which are Dr. Kasturi Sharma, from founder of Panchoi Agrotech in Assam, and Mr. Rahul Kumar Shah. Sir is the founder of Vijaya Krishi Connect and working in Coach Bihar, West Bengal. So before we start, I would like to invite Dr. Sagar Deshmukh sir, who is a faculty manager over here and also one of the esteemed important person for the scheme, to give his introductory remarks for the webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anupam. Good morning and welcome everyone. It's our immense pleasure that we have come this far. This is like 14th webinar, and this is once we are conducting. And this webinar is aimed at sharing the insights of SABC scheme, sharing the achievements of the agripreneurs who are trained, and the significant impact that they are doing in the society. And likewise the nodal training institutions who are part and parcel of the scheme in implementation and making this big change in the system. So I remember the Darwin Institute has played very critical role in terms of addressing the important area of agri establishment of agri ventures in the northeastern states. So which generally is looked after as a special case generally. But however, putting up the taboo aside, they have proved it. They are doing really good job, really good business, and the achievements which are coming up, the type of ventures the entrepreneurs are setting up, are really noteworthy. So we should look forward for the way they have tackled the challenges, the way they have established their ventures, which will prove to be a motivational factor for rest all of us, wherein if they are able to do it, then definitely rest of the India can definitely do it. So where we are privileged with better infrastructure, better connectivity, and access of resources is something which is available properly. So this is something which we would look forward from the sessions also. The another important part which we generally look out for is the advisory services. So when we look after for the agriculture sector, we also see that the practices which are been followed by the farming community is generally the traditional, based on the knowledge and information which they have been practicing for a long. But the package of practice which is scientifically driven, which will lead to better productivity, better quality, and further ensuring the better remuneration or returns to the farming community. So this is something which plays a very important role. So we will be looking forward from the entrepreneurs and the nodal training institutions to understand how they are effectively able to make this happen. So we look forward for the session. We will look forward for the insights from the key speakers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your introductory remarks, and also highlighting that really we have come very fast. Starting from the first, we have come to 14th for this year. So, starting with the thing, I would like to now introduce our first speaker for the day, which is Dr. Anirban Chaudhary. Sir is the nodal officer of Darwin, Assam, and is one of the key players who is like promoting Agri-Clinics and Agri-Business Center in the northeastern states of our country. And sir is also very much actively participating in all the meetings as well as giving innovative ideas to streamline the Agri-Clinics and the implementation of the scheme, especially not only in Northeast, but his ideas are also very much eligible for Pan India. So with this brief introduction, I would now like to invite Dr. Arvind Chaudhary, sir. Sir, over to you, sir.
very much. I hope I am audible enough.
Yes, sir. You're very fine, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Sagar sir, for your kind words and a very generous introduction. I wish a very good morning to all the participants, along with the agriculturists who are present today. So, Anupam, I would request how to guide me how I can share my screen.
We have given you the share option. While sharing, you have to select the first. And sir, one more thing, sir, kindly place your mic a bit close to your, so that the voice is a bit low, sir. So you can directly share, sir. You don't have to log in. Your screen is visible to us. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So your screen is visible. You can directly show us the PPT. Yeah, the video.
Once again, a very good morning to all the participants. I represent the Darwin School of Agri-Allied Business here the NTI for Assam. We were nominated in 2009 and we are located in Guwahati. We have trained 3 batches until now. The third batch we just concluded a month ago. The success rate from the first 2 batches is 50%. The success rate that we are expecting from the third batch is 60% plus. And the primary focus, why we have been able to achieve a good success rate, because we are a new entity. And considering that the success rate has been relatively better. And the primary reasons why the success rate has been good, I have tried to jot down in 3 main points. Firstly, we are taking the alumni references. We are taking candidates from the references of line departments. And thirdly, we are taking candidates from the unorganized sector. And now the third point is very important. The first 2 points, more or less, it is self-understood. The alumni references gives us good candidates, and we are sure that the candidates will be genuine candidates and serious candidates. Line departments, I meant the departments under the Directorate of Agriculture. There is the fisheries, the horticulture, and the various other departments that comes under line department, under the Directorate of Agriculture. So we take the candidates from there. The third point that I mentioned is we focus on the unorganized sector. Now there are so many MSMEs, there are so many agri ventures that are there who are existing in the market, but in an unorganized way. They do not have MSME registration. They do, as a result, they do not have access to loans. They do not have access to the various schemes. So we get all this data from the SAMETIs and the respective Directorate of Industries and Commerce, DICs, and the same will be available all over India. So this is one area that I suggest that the other NTIs can look into. So if you get hold of this unorganized data, and then you approach these unorganized entrepreneurs, there's a very good chance that you will have appropriate candidates from this data. And this, what will happen is, this data will also ensure that you have a high amongst us today. We have 2 agripreneurs. Namely Rahul Shah and Kasturi Sharma. Now, Rahul is from West Bengal, from a district called Kuch Bihar. Rahul had done his BTech in Agri Engineering, and Kasturi is a PhD scholar. Kasturi is a President Awardee also on her thesis work. Now, Rahul and Kasturi both run Agri-Clinics. They have established Agri-Clinics in the year 2020. Hello, am I audible, Anupam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Both Rahul and Kasturi are our first batch candidates. That is 2019 batch, and they established their ventures in the year 2020. Both of them have been able to secure 20 lakh loans from the bank, and along with the subsidies. And as you might be aware that the subsidy in Northeast (44% subsidy already released to Kasturi, and she is running her agri-venture in a district called Sonitpur in Assam, and in a very remote village. And she is catering to a large farmer base, which she will more fully describe during her presentation. Rahul, in a very short span of time, has been able to generate huge revenue for his firm and gets regularly invited by district administration. I'm aware that even yesterday or day before yesterday, he was having a session at the district magistrate's office with all the agripreneurs and potential agripreneurs of his district. The meeting was organized by the collector himself. Now, both of these success ventures are now being considered under the extremely successful category. Now, what happens is they are now becoming eligible for an additional 5 lakh rupees loan with the subsidy component. So I'm very happy that out of the busy schedule, both Rahul and Kasturi has been able to take out that time, and they will share their journey with you. They are still in the process of building. Until now, the road has been quite good. God has been kind with them. They're able to repay the EMIs successfully. They're able to generate revenues, appreciable revenues for themselves. And I would request the audience to give a patient hearing to them and learn from them and encourage them to grow bigger. So that's all from my side. Anupam, you can lead.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Anand, sir. It was nice listening to that you have taken the charge of handling the Agri-Clinics and Agri-Business in the Northeast India. And from our side, from the Manage team, on behalf of all Manage team, I wish you all the best, sir, that you go with more batches and you are able to train more people, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for being present. Now, for inviting our first speaker for the day, second speaker for the day is I would like other people to kindly be on mute. Yeah. So inviting our second speaker for the day is Dr. Kasturi Sharma. Ma'am is PhD in Chemical Sciences and she belongs from Tejpur, Assam. She completed her AC/ABC training in 2019 as mentioned by Dr. Anand sir. And she is also the founder of Panchoi Agrotech, which is functioning and catering to the needs of like more than 1,000 farmers on a regular basis. So with this brief introduction, I would like to invite ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am, we have given you the presenting rights. If you want to show any PPT, you just have to share and select the first screen on the extreme left, ma'am.
Yes. My presentation is visible?
No, not yet, ma'am. No, it's not visible. Ma'am, when you select share.
Yes. Now?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible now.
Okay. Very good morning to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, you can do full screen and then go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
A very good morning to everyone. Today I am here to present before you my venture, which I have established through Agri-Clinic and Agri-Business Centres scheme. The name of my venture is Pancho Agrotech, which has a tagline, bringing growth in agriculture. Uh, as we all noted, Assam is the land where much of the population is dependent on agriculture, but still there is a very lack of technology and innovation in this field. So, keeping these things in mind, we want to be a one-stop solutions to the farmers. So we came across various problems and we thought that we can go ahead with solutions to them by providing soil and water testing facilities to them at a cheaper rate, a custom hiring center where they can get the uh, modern technologies and equipments in a cheaper rate on hiring basis, supply of agri inputs like certified seeds, fertilizers, and plant protection chemicals with a recommendations uh, through the soil testing reports, and more importantly, consultation services to them. In Northeast India, especially in Assam, the consultation in agriculture field is very less known. So we venture in this field and came across various farmers fields so that they can get our consultation on the basis of their land quality and their requirements, so they can produce to a better extent of their and use their lands in a better way. And finally, when we came to know that though they are farming, but the problem in Assam is that the market linkage. So we venture in that field also, and we now provide market linkage of the produced goods by value addition of their farm products. So the reason for which we need to enter in this niche area is that in Assam there is fragmentations of land holdings. Unlike in Punjab and Haryana, like Maharashtra, we don't have larger spaces of lands in one for one farmer. So there is a smaller fragmentations of land holdings to the farmers. These small farms are becoming unviable due to rising cost of cultivation and low price realization by farmers due to price crash. As a result, they are very much not interested in producing good quantity of products because the market is very uh, fluctuating till now. Inadequate access of small farmers to credits and input and also the markets. So they are suffering for the credit linkages also and the inputs also. Low level of value addition and poor marketability of produce, and lack of knowledge regarding the best practices in agriculture and extension services. Like they are following more the traditional practices than rather than the modern equipments and technologies. So we came to them as a one-stop solutions. Our main objective is to supplement efforts of public extension, support agricultural development, create employment opportunities for unemployed persons, provide expert advice and services to farmers on various technologies which should enhance productivity of crops or animals and ensure increased income to the farmers. And we also want to establish commercial units of agri-ventures by the youths of Assam, especially in the districts of Sonitpur and Bishwanath, which I am looking into. And keeping all these things in mind, we came for an venture with a new project of which we named as Panchoy for People. It's a project for technology-based mobilization of non-farm market and participation of women for rural transformation. The prevalent issues of non-farm sector in rural economy in Assam is the limited access to the raw materials, poor marketability, and insufficient market linkages, lack of innovation in design, in handloom and handicrafts on to cope with the latest market demand, lack of technical and mechanical intervention, and low level of value addition. They are more in the traditional ways. Inadequate access to credits and other inputs. Lack of knowledge regarding best practices in standardization, sorting, grading, packaging, etc. So in this project, we are focusing on the enhancing the productivity of locally made vermicompost, handloom and handicraft products, and the processed food products, and creating a digital market access. Creation and promotion of complete value chains for the products, including sorting, grading, packaging, and tagging. Promotion of off-farm producer collectives, their skill upgradation and the standardization of their produce through common facilitation centers, leading to the employment generation and better price realization. Here is the brief plan of action. How we are involving beneficiaries. We are mapping and identifying the women through their skills, their needs, and selecting them on demarcation of by demarcating their tasks. We are training the beneficiaries for quality control measures, standardization of produced goods, innovations in design scope with the latest market demands, training of beneficiaries on quality control measures, standardization of produced goods. We are then we are utilizing their produced. We are supplying raw materials and necessary equipments, mid-term monitoring at the field, and at last we are developing an e-commerce portal for for their produced goods and registering each beneficiaries in the portal with individual corner and linking with their bank accounts using cell phone numbers and apps. This forward linkage with the other institutions like in domestic, national, in international markets, so that they can sell their product. This sales will be done both in online and offline mode. So by this, we are catering almost 206 beneficiaries in the district of Sonitpur. The group of working peoples with whom we are working. We are employing 5 permanent persons, but in contractual we have 30 employees. We are providing non-farm beneficiaries in the rural sector 206, in urban 10 numbers. Farmers, we have individual farmers of 992, small tea growers of 110 numbers, and FPC, 4 number of FPCs we are catering, in which each have almost 10,000 members. So like this, we are promoting clinic and agribusiness centers in the sector of agricultural sector of Assam. These are some of the products our beneficiaries are producing. So thank you.
Uh, Thank you very much, ma'am, for the detailed presentations. We ask the participants to kindly write the queries in the chat box. And in the meantime, we'll ask ma'am to be in the webinar so that all the questions can be taken in the end of the day.
Sure.
So, yeah, thank you, ma'am. Now moving on to our last speaker for the day today is Mr. Rahul Kumar Shah. Rahul Kumar Shah, sir, is belonging from Cooch Behar, West Bengal, and he is the founder of Vijaya Krishi Connect. The agri-venture is mainly involved in the services. The nature of services are agri-extension services, which is training, workshop, etc., and is also producing and marketing cattle feed marketing. Sir has done his training from Darwin, Guwahati, and is serving more than 1,000 farmers in 2 districts with an annual turnover of 1.8 crores. So I would like to invite Rahul sir to kindly be, sir, just a second. So we have given you the presenter rights.
Well, good morning from me and my entire team. As far as I'm concerned, this entire presentation will be video recorded and shared
Yes, sir.
for the
Yes, sir.
benefit of the others. So I'd like to take you permission and talk in Hindi so that the communication gets spread. बेसिकली मैं कुछ बिहार से हूँ, बंगाल से, और 2019 में मैंने ट्रेनिंग की थी ACABC की डार्विन गुवाहाटी से। और मैं बहुत ही इंस्पायर्ड रहता हूँ अपनी मम्मी से, बिकॉज शी हरसेल्फ इज़ एन एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड सोशल एक्टिविटी करती रहती हूँ हमेशा। तो जब मैंने AC ABC की ट्रेनिंग की थी, तो मेरे जहन में दो चीज़ें थी कि एक तो एग्री क्लिनिक क्या है और एग्री बिजनेस क्या है। तो वहीं से कहीं ना कहीं मुझे वो सोल्यूशन मिला कि हम कैसे सर्व कर सकते हैं अपनी फार्मर्स एंड अलाइड कम्युनिटी को। तो एग्री क्लिनिक का मतलब ही हमने समझ लिया कि हमको सर्विस देनी है, एंड वी वांटेड टू गिव सर्विस बिल्कुल फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। तो अब हमारे पास था कि हम फंडिंग कहाँ से लाएंगे। तो हमारे पास एग्री बिजनेस का जो अलग सेगमेंट था, तो हमने उसमें अपना एक बिजनेस सेटअप किया। तो जो हमारा बिजनेस शुरू में था वो कैटल फीड की मार्केटिंग की थी। हमने 2019-20 में ये काम शुरू किया, एंड 10 लोगों की टीम थी। और हम जितना भी सर्विसेज देते थे, लाइक ट्रेनिंग, वर्कशॉप्स, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट था बिल्कुल फार्मर्स के लिए एंड अलाइड ग्रुप के लिए। एंड जो हमारा रेवेन्यू था वो कहीं ना कहीं कैटल फीड से आ रहा था, मार्केटिंग से। सो 2019-20 जो फाइनेंशियल ईयर था, वहाँ पे हमने जब काम किया तो देखा कि हमने राउंड अबाउट 2000 प्लस फार्मर्स को सर्व किया था। एंड जो हमारा रेवेन्यू था फ्रॉम द कैटल फीड मार्केटिंग, वो करीब करीब 2 करोड़ का था। तो हमको और भी करना था। तो इससे हम काफ़ी प्रेरित हुए थे, बिकॉज जो हमारा टाइम फ्रेम था वो करीब करीब 6 महीने का था। 6 महीने में हमने इतना अचीव किया था। एंड हमने टारगेट सेट किया कि अगले फाइनेंशियल हमको और अच्छा करना है। हम फिर डिसाइड किया कि हम एक ब्रिज बनेंगे बिटवीन द फार्मर्स एंड द अलाइड ग्रुप एंड द इंस्टीट्यूशंस और द गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज। तो जहाँ पे बैंक्स थे, जहाँ पे डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स थे गवर्नमेंट के, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के, एंड डेफिनेटली जो हमारे एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं वो भी थे। तो हम वो ब्रिज बने और हमने काम शुरू किया। मुझे बहुत खुशी है, कल ही मुझे रिपोर्ट दिया गया मेरी टीम से कि फॉर 2020 एंड 21 जो हमारी टीम का टोटल टर्नओवर है, जो विजय कृषि कनेक्ट का, वो कहीं ना कहीं 6 करोड़ है। एंड हमने अभी तक FPOs, FPCs, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप, फार्मर्स एंड अलाइड ग्रुप को जो लेके काम कर रहे हैं वो करीब करीब 2000, आई एम सॉरी, 21,000 प्लस का नंबर है। और हमने शुरू किया था सिर्फ अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट से, लेकिन बहुत खुशी है कि हम एक और डिस्ट्रिक्ट के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, वो है अलीपुरद्वार। तो जो डेटा मुझे कल दिया गया उसमें एक और डेटा था कि हमने 10 लाख से ज़्यादा स्पेंड किया है फॉर सैलरीज। तो इसका मतलब हमारी जो 10 की टीम थी वो कहीं ना कहीं करीब करीब 50 की टीम हो चुकी है। और हम उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि हम आगे भी ऐसा ही काम करेंगे। तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे जो फील्ड के काम करते हैं हम, या फिर डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स के साथ जुड़ के काम कर रहे हैं हम, वहाँ पे एक चीज़ ज़रूर महसूस होता है कि एग्रीप्रेन्योर्स बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं। वो जो एक गैप है बीच में बिटवीन द गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज एंड द फार्मर्स, तो वो फुलफिल करने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं एग्रीप्रेन्योर्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। और वो अगर चाहे तो बिल्कुल वो गैप को फुलफिल कर सकते हैं, सेट हो सकते हैं, और बहुत अच्छा ना सिर्फ अपने लिए रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर सकते हैं, बल्कि हमारे जो फार्मर्स एंड अलाइड सेक्टर है उनको भी बहुत अच्छा मार्गदर्शन दे सकते हैं। एंड एक कहना चाहूँगा कि रिसेंटली इन द मंथ ऑफ फेब्रवरी 16 तारीख को हमारी एक मीटिंग हुई थी, जहाँ पे एडिशनल चीफ सेक्रेटरी थे एंड ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल हॉर्टिकल्चर एंड फूड प्रोसेसिंग डिपार्टमेंट के। तो कहीं ना कहीं 5 करोड़ प्लस का एक प्रोजेक्ट हमको असाइन हुआ है, जहाँ पे हम उत्तर बंगा कृषि विश्वविद्यालय के साथ जो रिसर्च टीम है उनके साथ मिलके एक मॉडल प्रोजेक्ट डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, और होपफुली अगले फाइनेंशियल ईयर में हम उसको इम्प्लीमेंट भी करेंगे। तो हमारी स्टोरी अभी तक ऐसी रही है, कहीं ना कहीं बस 1.5 साल या 2 साल का ही टाइम है, और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आगे भी हम ऐसे ही बढ़ेंगे और जितना ज़्यादा कवरेज हो सके देते रहेंगे। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Rahul sir. Uh, so we will like, and now we'll like our participants to ask any questions to both our speakers.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
या बल्लारी से बात करने का सर, मैं मिस्टर महाराज
Yeah, please, sir.
एंड आहान बायोटेक से वो सर।
Okay.
हमें इधर एक 100 एकर्स लैंड है सर, हमारा कपल ऑफ फ्रेंड्स में। इसमें मैं मेडिसिनल एंड एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स इन ग्रोइंग सर।
Okay.
So any APC setup will be given to any incubation center, sir.
Rahul sir or Kasturi ma'am, who will want to answer this question?
Well, basically, what was your question? If you can go ahead and ask me.
Maresh sir, can you ask the question once again?
सर मैं दो चीज ऑफ कल्टीवेशन के लिए इधर रेडी है सर। एक बोलते हैं रूट बेस्ड कल्टीवेशन, इट इज फुल्ली अनंत मूल कहते हैं सर इसका रूट।
Okay.
ऑलरेडी 100 एकर्स कल्टीवेशन इज देयर, and as well as going to another 500 acres you can go to moringa leaves cultivation, sir.
Okay.
So that's it. I want any EPC and what else? This is the for this marketing side and
So you want to make an FPC out of it, sir, right?
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay. Okay. Rahul sir.
Yeah, for FPC, if you want information on that, probably you can contact the DDM of your district. He will guide you on that. And at the same time, if you wish, then you can just go ahead in NABARD's website and you can find the guideline and the criteria for forming the FPOs or the FPCs. For FPCs, the regulations are very less. For FPOs, it's a bit more. So for if you want to form a FPC, you can have 50 members and you can start a FPC. For FPO, if you want, then you need to have 300 plus members. So that's the basic guideline which I can tell you. But if you want to go in depth, then probably you need to get in touch with your DDM, NABARD.
Okay. We would also like to invite Dr. Kasturi ma'am's opinion on this, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, NABARD and district agriculture office can help in this regard because they have their certain rules and regulations on the crop selectivity in that particular area. So he have to check with that. And for the marketing, Patanjali and Dabur is procuring large quantity of moringa leaves. So they can contact. You can contact to the Patanjali or Dabur for that also.
Okay.
Okay,
I would
okay,
like
man.
to add
Anant
one
Mall में
point. Since
Anant
you're
Mall.
talking, since the cultivation you're talking, it's moringa. So I want to tell you, we are working with the team regarding the export of these things. Stevia, moringa, then turmeric, organic turmeric. So try and get the produce organically and not depending on the local market. Yes, definitely you can, but I would probably suggest you to go for international market. There you will have more value to your item and more profitability.
Correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
There's
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
question for ma'am and in the chat box, ma'am. How to create an opportunity for farmer there, one-stop solution under a roof?
यस एक्चुअली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, जब एक फार्मर आता है हमारे पास तो उनका बेसिक क्वेश्चन होता है कि मेरा प्रोडक्शन हो नहीं रहा है, स्केलेबल नहीं हो रहा है। तो फर्स्ट हम उनका सॉइल टेस्टिंग करके एक रिपोर्ट रेडी करते हैं जिसमें हमको पता चलता है कि उस एरिया के लिए क्या क्रॉप बेटर है। उस हिसाब से हम उनको प्रोडक्शन सजेस्ट करते हैं और बाद में उनका प्रोडक्शन को हम मार्केटिंग करते हैं। यहाँ पे वेरियस सेक्टर्स है जहाँ पे हम वैल्यू एडिशन भी कर सकते हैं। बेसिकली असम राइस ग्रोइंग स्टेट है, सो राइस आइटम्स का हम वेरियस इंडिजिनस स्नैक्स में कन्वर्ट करते हैं जिस वजह से उनका सेल्फ लाइफ इंक्रीज हो जाता है और उनका प्रोसेसिंग के बाद प्राइस भी ज़्यादा हो जाता है। उस तरह से हम उनको मार्केटिंग में हेल्प करते हैं।
Thank you, ma'am. Any more questions for our speaker? The house is open for discussion. The participants are free to ask any questions to our speakers. So I guess there are no more questions. The presentations were self-explanatory. But sir, before we end the sessions and everything, I would like to invite comments from both of you. First of all, we'll go to Dr. Kasturi. Ma'am, what will be the last thing, the motivational thing you want to say to our upcoming and budding agripreneurs? Like what different they can do so that they will be as successful as both of you and can count under extremely successful ventures right now.
जी एग्रीप्रीनियर्स खुद शब्द ही ऐसा है कि वो सेल्फ मोटिवेटिंग है, क्योंकि आप इतना लार्ज कम्युनिटी को कैटर कर सकते हैं, इतना स्कोप है आपके पास। जो स्मॉल फार्मर्स है जिनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है, जिनके पास इनोवेटिव आइडिया नहीं है, लेकिन प्रोडक्शन है, उस प्रोडक्शन को लेके आप उसका वैल्यू एडिशन करके कहीं भी पहुंचा सकते हो उनको, उनका प्रोडक्ट। ये एग्रीप्रेन्योर्स के हाथ में एक बहुत बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी है और ये एक नीश एरिया है जहाँ पे फोकस बहुत कम है। हम अदर स्टेट्स का देखें फिर भी असम में तो बहुत ही अपॉर्चुनिटी है, क्योंकि बहुत लोग अनअवेयर है बहुत चीज़ों से। इवन यहाँ पे एग्री क्लिनिक एग्री बिजनेस सेंटर का नॉलेज भी बहुत कम है, इवन बैंकर्स को भी। तो हम एक लार्ज फील्ड को कैटर कर सकते हैं, जो मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया जैसे कंट्री के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एक अलग बात है, लेकिन आप छोटे छोटे ग्रास रूट फार्मर्स को लेके एक मार्केट क्रिएट कर सकते हो, तो वो ज़्यादा बेटर फ्यूचर है इंडिया के लिए। तो मैं चाहूँगी कि सभी लोग ज्वाइन करें एग्री वेंचर्स को और एक साथ एग्रीगेशन मॉडल में काम करें, क्योंकि इंडिया में अलग अलग होके हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं। हमको चाहिए एक एग्रीगेशन मॉडल जहां हर एक दूसरे के साथ हम मिलके एक बड़ा वेंचर क्रिएट कर सके।
Thank you, ma'am, for your words.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite Rahul sir for his comments.
Well, Kasturi and me have done the training together, and she have already shared a lot of things. But as far as my experience is concerned, I just want to say, like, whoever is watching this, uh, the thing is like agriculture is definitely a booming sector. And trust me, if you get into it, if you try to analyze the areas, you will find it's an ocean of opportunities. So the only thing that you need to do is not only work hard, but also work smart. So you just try and engage with different departments, especially if you can get engaged with NABARD, then you'll have so much of opportunity to work on. You have FPOs, FPCs, so many, self-help groups. They need their assistance. I mean, your assistance. So just get your knowledge, get specialized to any of the agriculture field, and try and spread that knowledge to different people. There are so many people waiting for your knowledge sharing or hand holding. So if you can just go ahead with that, that will serve your purpose and the this society or the farming society.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we end, we have one more question from Neeraj. He has 500 quintal of jojoba oil, and he's selling that. Where can he sell that oil? Because before that, he usually used to sell the jojoba seeds. So either of you can answer to this question, ma'am.
Yes, actually, I have to talk to some market persons for that, and I have dropped my number. Drop a message there. I will try to link that to
Yeah,
some.
to all the participants also, we will be sharing the contact details of our agripreneurs as well as the NTI details. You can contact them and ask them any questions, and they will be very much helpful to answer you. So before we end this session, I would like to invite Dr. Sagar sir for his concluding remarks as well as for the vision that we have for the next year. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So it was really good and motivational talk which we had. Motivational in the sense of the way they are doing their activities and the way they have explored the potential during the scaling up of their businesses. So this gives an insight towards working out with more efforts, with more stronger strategies to dive in deeper and make a business bigger. So what I understand from the interventions both of these entrepreneurs have taken up, Definitely they are passionate. They have identified the right area where they want to work in, not only the functional part but also the geographical part. So the entrepreneurs and the institutions which are from the other areas, they can definitely take insights or the inputs which are being shared. Also, we also encourage all to without hesitation interact more often with the entrepreneurs and the nodal training institutions, wherein you will be able to explore more opportunities. It's not only for your starting a new business. You can further explore the opportunity wherein you can find the gap which is available in different geographies. So there are several commodities which are unique to the northeastern India and certain other parts of the India. So the trade between these two places can definitely yield a better opportunity, because the demand and supply between these two regions is something which will pave ways for ample of opportunities in terms of provision of good quality produce and better remuneration at the respective places. And further, if we see the recognition which is being given to them, Dr. Anil also had mentioned that with their establishment, they will be further sanctioned with the additional amount of loan and the subsidy. So this is something which gives a due recognition for for them also. I will also encourage both of them to look forward for availing further schemes and avenues which are available from the government of India in the form of grants which are available for the startups. You can like look forward those opportunities also. So therein, like, so many initiatives are being taken up by the government of India, and we also see that the entrepreneurs have started utilizing the platforms which have been created and sharing their knowledge information with the large number of stakeholders. In the process, they are generating or creating the good impact by means of provision of employment, by means of supplying good commodities or the produce to the customer, and then providing the remuneration to the farmers. We also always look upon for the doubling farmers income, which is the initiative or the aim of government of India. So there is a contribution which is also happening at the same time. So these initiatives are further strengthened up. That still need is there. So we should also look out for how diversified we can be. So once we set up one system, we should always look out for setting up another system, exploring another system, and then diving deeper into it. So probably we should look forward for those avenues also. I also see that we have a large good number of participants who are exploring the new avenues, new opportunities, either in terms of starting the own business. So you can follow the systemic process. The process, by process, what I mean here is you need to explore the right opportunity. You need to explore the right the point, or we say the right concept which you want to dive into. So that can be done when you will be properly networked. So these are like a few points which I wanted to highlight upon. And when we are looking forward for the AC and ABC schemes, so now we are on a mission mode wherein we are targeting certain new strategies which will pave way for the bigger reforms in terms of the boosting up of the entrepreneurial culture in the Indian ecosystem. So by means of helping the entrepreneurs to avail more number of funds, say, let's say we always, as a norm of scheme, we also encourage 50% of entrepreneurs should start the enterprises. But now the time has come wherein the entrepreneurs who are all training, they almost all of them are looking forward for establishment of their ventures. So we are aiming that all of them, 100% of the entrepreneurs should set up their businesses. They should get the financial assistances. There are numerous sources through which the financial assistance can be availed, either in the form of bank loan or in the form of equity or in the form of other means, wherein like microfinancial agencies are there which can provide you the funds. Many more avenues are there wherein you can set up your businesses. Even the part of mentoring has become very strengthened. Never like before this. Today is the time when there is active participation, active interaction, which has been provided by the well-known community. the agri experts, the allied sector experts, and the various mentors which work on or have expertise in the different functional areas. So that is something which is available at your fingertips. And the forums or the platform which, let's say, the WebEx platform which we have connected through the means of technologies have further strengthened or opened up new avenues for us, wherein the technology is playing pivotal role in connecting large number of audiences. So this is something a good initiative, good instances wherein we can explore and get connected with more people, so that we can come up with the aim which we, or the goal which we are setting up for ourselves as well as the society where we are serving. So these ways we can look forward for um, exploring the areas, exploring the avenues for ourselves. That's all from my side. We will look forward to meet you all in the next webinar for the next year, financial year. That's what we generally look out for. And I wish all of you the best. And you can always feel free to interact with our team or the team from Darwin Institute and all the entrepreneurs who have shared their experiences here. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words and concluding the webinar. On the behalf of Manage team and all AC/ABC team, I would like to thank both our speakers as well as Dr. Arvind Chaudhary, Nodal Officer for Darwin NASA. Thank you for giving your time away. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, share the number, sir.